It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Wednesday, the 12th of January. I'm Michael Groff. Dry conditions, temperatures remaining above average through the rest of the week, but we will see a gradual increase in clouds as we get toward the weekend. Now, it does appear that rain chances will stay out of our forecast for the time being, and most of the state should actually stay dry. There is still a possibility we could see a turn toward unsettled weather way out there toward the end of the forecast period, but of course, that is highly uncertain. So let's get into it here as we take a look at the almanac from yesterday. 73 degrees, the afternoon high. 50 was the morning low. The normal high, 67. The normal low, 46. And as we take a look outside right now at 8:30 a.m., a few wispy clouds moving on by, and we are sitting at 52 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew point at 23, relative humidity 32%. The winds are light and the barometer is steady. The upper air analysis this morning reveals high pressure remains in control out here across the southwest. That is going to be the story for the rest of the week, but low pressure sits well to the west of Baja and Southern California. And so as a result, we will see that increase in clouds as we go through the period. Here's the watch warning map, a few winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings up across parts of Montana and Idaho, the Sawtooth Mountains there. And over the Pacific Northwest, there are some flood watches and flood advisories. But for the most part, the weather across the country rather quiet, and we see that reflected on the convective outlook for today as well. No organized areas of severe weather across the nation. A little bit of thunder possible in parts of South Florida. And here's a look at precipitation. This is valid through next Wednesday morning from the WPC. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing. Statewide, not a whole lot. A little bit of light rain possible in parts of southeast Arizona. But even at that, probably doesn't amount to much, and these numbers continue to trend drier as it now appears that any low pressure will remain mostly to the west of us, and we'll talk about that in more detail right now as we get to the models. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run. This is valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. All right, the situation here, big ridge out across the western states. Heights are well above average. Now, in this kind of configuration, you'd expect to see high temperatures getting up close to 80 degrees around here. But the air is fairly stagnant. It is not a well-mixed atmosphere, and that's the only thing that's kind of keeping temperatures down just ever so slightly. We do have troughing off of the Pacific Northwest coast and another area of low pressure well to the west of Baja. So for us down at the surface today, another day with mostly sunny sky. We will start to see some high clouds working in their way in here, though. High temperatures this afternoon should still get to the low, maybe even middle 70s in the warmest desert spots. Tonight, partly cloudy sky, overnight lows in the 40s to low 50s, and then tomorrow more the same. An increase in high clouds, we'll call it partly sunny with high temperatures in the low to middle 70s. Pretty much the same forecast Friday, partly sunny, highs low to middle 70s. There might be a sprinkle someplace across the higher terrain of our state or in southeast Arizona, but that's going to be just about it. Any measurable rain really will be hard to find, and certainly we are not expecting any here in Phoenix. And over the weekend, we look to stay fairly dry. Some high clouds around. They may thicken up at times. And again, there might be enough moisture around for a brief passing sprinkle or light showers someplace. But for the most part, we're just going to keep the chance of rain less than 10% here. And high temperatures will remain pretty close to 70. And same thing on Sunday, a few less clouds in the mix and high temperatures, again, pretty close to 70. Going into next week, the ridge probably starts to weaken in favor of broader low pressure to the west of us, but where that exactly sets up and the exact positioning, timing, intensity of all that still remains to be seen. I expect we'll see a continuation of these periods of thicker mid and high-level clouds, and high temperatures will trend down a little bit back toward the mid to upper 60s. Same thing for Tuesday. Now, as we go out to a week from today, this is Wednesday the 19th, and much of our model guidance is keying in on the idea of a Rex block developing out here, but exactly where that develops, the configuration of this, again, that is all part of the forecast uncertainty. Big old question mark here. These are very hard to forecast. This run of the GFS shows a big ridge just off the Pacific Northwest coast and a broad area of low pressure well south of that, sitting substantially to the west of California and the Baja. And in that setup, quite a bit of moisture would be sitting out there over the East Pacific, but well to the south and west of us. And so we would still have just periods of high clouds and temperatures a little bit above average, if that's right. But then as we go out 10 days, this is Friday the 21st, and this run of the GFS shows an area of low pressure breaking away from the main low and moving toward the Southern California coast. And if that happens, yes, a subtropical moisture tap could occur, and we would see an increasing threat of rain here. And there are some of our ensemble members that are honing in on that idea. But again, this is out there at days 9 and 10, and so forecast confidence in this solution still remains very low. All right, taking a look at rainfall for Phoenix. This is going out through the 26th of January, coming off of the European ensemble. And the model spread is substantial here, to say the least. You've got a few members that show absolutely nothing, and they go all the way up to one member showing 3.5 inches of rain. So, needless to say, that's why we talk about forecast uncertainty. The mean remains just below 1/4 inch. So, I would say right now, significant precipitation is not expected anytime soon. And checking out temperatures. Off the national blend of models, it does appear for the most part we will remain above average. Even if we were to see that increase in moisture and rain chances next week, that would be subtropical moisture moving in here, and that would be a much more mild air mass. So especially those overnight lows would likely stay well above average. No signs of any major cold snaps or Arctic air masses coming our way. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave your comments, questions, and suggestions. And as always, I invite you to check out my streaming station. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music over there. It's myself and the one and only Michelle involved in the operation of that. And so how can you possibly resist? So I'm going to just leave a link to that in the description as usual, or you can use your smart speaker and say, Alexa, play KMGX live. I thank you so much for watching each and every day, all of your continued support. It is greatly appreciated. We just couldn't do these videos without you guys. Remember that. So please be safe out there today and have yourselves a glorious Wednesday.